Alright everybody, welcome back to another video. It is your boy Papa Boosted. We got the GR with us today, and this is the video where I'm going to go into depth with the car. We're going to go up straight ahead. There's a canyon. That's my favorite road in Arizona to drive. We're going to go rip it through there. I'm going to give you my honest review on how the car handles, its performance all in all. But look at this beautiful scenery. We're about to hit sunset, so there's a nice little look-up point out there that looks straight onto the lake. I want to get out there before it gets too dark so we can get some pictures. But here's the car. It does have some big ol' GR performance brakes on it. They do feel amazing. I'll give you guys a full walkthrough of the car as well in just a second once these cars pass, and then I will show you guys under the hood as well. Alright everybody, I'm going to try to make this fast because there's a lot of cars coming by. I don't know how loud it's going to be for you guys, but the interior is super slick. It's got the GR logo on the wheel. I kind of showed that in the last video. All digital dash, GR bucket seats, very simple interior design. There is no armrest, which a lot of people are complaining about, but honestly I don't mind because you have the stick to hold on to. Back seat is pretty simple, not much back here, and then it is a hatchback, so here's the hatch wide open. Not too much trunk space, but who cares? The car is beautiful. It does come factory with tri-tip exhaust. That is a TRD performance exhaust system. It's not loud or anything. It does have a really deep bassy tone to it, but other than that there's not much really. Nice GR floor, side skirts all across, GR logo panel inside the doors, GR logo on the side with the black accents all around the car. Turn signals are gorgeous. GR logo down here on the bumper again, and then some nice 18-inch wheels come factory with it as well. And then one of my personal favorites, let me shut this trunk for you guys so you guys can see the tail lights. I absolutely love them. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys real quick what the under the hood looks like. I'll give you a basic walkthrough of everything that I can point out to you guys, and then we're going to go ahead and hit this canyon, guys. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pop this hood together. There she is. It is a little 3-cylinder. It did come from the dealership with a Forge Motorsports carbon fiber cold air intake, and then I'm not sure how well you guys can see it down there. Probably not at all, to be honest, but there is a Turbo Smart blow-off valve that I installed in here as well. But she is ready to rip, so we're going to go ahead and take her up there. After we get done with the canyon ride, I'm going to switch over to the GoPro for that, by the way. But once we get done with that, I'll do a couple photo shoots throughout the canyon as well, in between shots for you guys. But once we get done, we're going to go ahead and do a full wrap up. I'll give you guys my honest opinion on the car, and then once we're done with that, I'll give you guys a basic walkthrough of kind of my next steps for this car, what my total and complete plans are for this car as well, and then kind of give you guys a insight of what the content that you guys can expect coming to you guys very soon. But let me go ahead and switch to the GoPro and get it mounted, and then we will go ahead and hit the road. See you guys in a few. Alright everybody, so as you can see, we have switched to the GoPro. I've got my little mount up here on my window. I'm not sure how well you guys are going to be able to hear me, so I'm gonna try to talk during the drive, but I'm gonna have the windows down, so if you guys don't hear me, it's whatever. The car sound is more important to me. I want you guys to hear that blow-off valve, see how the car handles. We're gonna take some of these turns kind of risky, but I'm not gonna push the car too much. I literally got it like 4 days ago, so I mean, I'm comfortable with the car. I'm confident with my driving skill, but I don't know how the car is going to react on tight corners. So I'm gonna deal with my own discretion here and kind of keep it back a little bit. But I'll keep changing the GoPro angle so you guys will get different video standpoints and kind of see which angle looks the best at the end. So let's go ahead and start ripping this thing, guys. And we are off, boys and girls and ladies and gentlemen. Don't mind that. That's probably one of the biggest things I hate about this car. That seatbelt alarm is absolutely atrocious. I'll keep you guys updated with speed and kind of where we're at with that as well. I'll try to do my best to give you guys as many live updates as I possibly can. We're still a little bit of ways away from the canyon, so I might cut the majority of this or speed it up. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I won't know until I get home and start editing this. But we're still a little ways out from the canyon, but not super far. So kind of see how this goes. That's cool. It showed my hazards were on, so my display popped up on a notification, says, hey, do you want to call the dealer? Fuck no. No, it ain't that serious, bruh. Just filming a YouTube video. But all in all, just driving this around city limits, kind of getting a feel for how fast the car is and stuff. I am absolutely in love with this car, like without a doubt. This car is absolutely amazing. Speed out of a little 3-cylinder is crazy to me. It makes 300 horsepower. That means 100 horsepower per cylinder. I've read that the range for the boost is about 24 to 27 psi, give or take. I don't know how accurate that actually is, but yeah, this thing is a little fucking rocket ship for a 3-cylinder. But we're getting close. The speed limit's dropping. That's because we're about to start entering some pretty crazy turns here. So I think this is the intro right here, boys. So that was about 60 in a fifth gear pull. Nothing crazy. We're in third, about 50. Speed limit says 25. I'm gonna drive with a little bit of caution here. We're about 70. We're gonna go into this first turn kind of slow so I can kind of gauge it. I've driven this road before, but like I said, I've never driven it in this car, so I want to make sure that nothing's gonna go catastrophically wrong. Get the brakes heated up a little bit and everything like that. So far it feels great. If you guys are not aware, with the GR Corollas, they do have a pretty cool feature where you can control the center diff. So I can change the power ratio from 60 up front, 40 in the rear, 30-70, and then 50-50 for track mode. If you guys are interested, I am sitting right now on 50-50 for track mode. So that's kind of just where we're sitting right now. I mean, that was a little bit of beans, but nothing too crazy. I'm just getting a feel for it. This canyon run does have 3 sections. We're in section 1 right now. Section 2 is my favorite. It's a little bit faster paced. These are the sharper, more windy turns that some people do enjoy more, but I prefer the faster, kind of more loose turns. So I'll show you guys when we get there. My favorite point is right in between 1 and 2. It's where 1 ends and 2 begins. There's this, like I told you guys, there's this one little lookout spot that looks right over the lake. It's actually straight on that way, but it's way over there. You guys can't see it over the mountain ridge. But that is my absolute favorite point because the lake is absolutely beautiful. It has a nice little balcony area where you can look out and stuff. So it is very cool. That's where I want to get some sunset pictures. It is kind of hard to get sunset photos while you're down here, just because the mountains kind of block the sun from us. But we will do our best to show you guys everything that we're working on. It is just me solo out here. I did try to get Beans out here, but he had some stuff to take care of, so no worries there. I would tell you guys what car Beans has, or if he was going to be in today's video, I would have waited to release it. But I don't think he has released his YouTube video yet at the time of this filming. By the time this uploads, he probably will have his uploaded because he did film it a day earlier than me. But it is no big deal because once you guys see that video, if it's up by the time I upload this, I will pin it. I'll show you guys where I will pin it at the end of the video. That way you guys can go ahead over and check it out after this one. Alright everybody, so I decided to go ahead and shut the car off, let it cool down a little bit. I got one of my buddies meeting me out here from work. He drives a RX-7 FB, so he'll be out here. The car's kind of loud, so I don't know how well you're going to hear the car anymore. But I might go ahead and rip this down the canyon just so you guys can keep hearing this car, not his car, because his is atrociously loud. But I just wanted to show you guys real quick the lookout. I'm not sure how well it's going to pick it up on this compared to the GoPro. just because I only have a 16 millimeter lens with me. I mean, technically I have my 50, but I don't want to switch it because it makes it really hard to film with the 50. But right out there is the lake. It's super, super gorgeous. This whole canyon line right here is amazing. Like I said, this is my favorite part of Arizona. The best road out here, in my opinion. I love to just come out here. Back in the days when I kind of struggle with stuff in my mind, I would come out here and kind of just relieve tension and kind of just free my mind a little bit. But I'm obviously in a much better state of mind now. Miss Boosted helps with that a lot. Baby Boosted's helping out a lot as well. They're both my rocks. They keep me steady. Also, the great support I have behind me as friendship with Beans and a couple other guys that you guys have never met, but eventually I want to bring them onto the channel as well. But while I have you guys here for a second, so as we mentioned before, basically all that's done to it right now is cold air intake, blow-off valve. Long-term goals for this car, I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I'm not sure if I want to have a clean drift build or if I want to have a like a super clean track build. This car handles amazing. It is built for a track car, but it does have the power capabilities of an amazing drift car because it doesn't weigh anything, and the power right now as stock is great. And as I was mentioning as we were driving, I'm not sure if you guys were able to hear me, but it does have a center diff that is controllable because this is all-wheel drive platform. So you are able to kind of do whatever you want to do. There is a mode so you can switch it into drift mode. That beautiful Mustang's going by. Not sure how loud that was on the video for you guys, but I'll catch that motherfucker later down at the bottom of the canyon because this car, surprisingly out of a 3-cylinder, keeps up with those cars. 0 to 60 on the 5.0 Mustang is 4.6. 0 to 60 on this is 4.9 seconds. This car is a rocket ship, as I was saying. But long-term goals, like I said, I'm not sure what I want to do. I am going to lower it, but either way, what I decide to do, if I decide to go drift build in the end or track build, lowering the car will perform or make performance differences regardless. So being lower will help with handling, doesn't have so much air going underneath the car, stuff like that. Drifting, same thing. Once I do, if I do sway bars and stuff like that, everything will kind of piece itself together. Also, I do want to get rid of this exhaust. I want this car to be noisy, but obviously not too loud because I don't want to make Baby Boosted upset when she rides in it. But I do think that this car does need exhaust. I've looked at a couple. They're kind of pricey, but I'm willing to make the effort into buying it. But yeah, I mean, I want to do wheels, but this car already looks beautiful as it is, so there's no rush for me to get wheels. I don't need to get wheels. There is a Forge Motorsports short throw shifter and a couple adapter stuff that goes for the transmission, so might do that at some point as well. I am right now looking at a tune for the car. It is just a plug and play for now. I'm not looking for super crazy power gains, but I'm looking at something where I can monitor all my air temps without multiple gauges and stuff, so I can watch all those temps on the car, get an OBD2 reader just in case I throw a CEL, because these are notorious for throwing CELs with a CAI. So I'm not sure what I want to do yet, but that's kind of where we're standing. I do, for content wise, like I was saying, we were going to talk about it at the end of the video, but I've got some time to wait for this guy. He's still a little bit ways away, so basically content wise for this car, whatever I decide to do is going to be filmed. I didn't get to film the blow-off valve because there was a couple things that happened that didn't go accordingly, so any clips that I would have made for it that I didn't even get to kind of went away because it just, like I said, didn't go as planned. I'll explain that in a minute as well if you guys want to hear it. The cold air intake was already installed when I bought the car, so I didn't even get the opportunity to do that, but that would have been a super easy install video for you guys to see, so I just didn't get that opportunity. If I ever decide to change it back to factory air intake or maybe add they have like a air duct system that goes along with that intake, so if I ever decide to do that, then I will obviously go ahead and film that for you guys. Anything I do to this car, like I said, I will film it. But with the blow-off valve, what happened is I took this car apart completely on Sunday night. And so we had this wheel off, and then there's plastic trim that goes back behind here. I can't show it right now because it is getting dark, but there's plastic trim back there, and then underneath the car, we took all those plastic clips out, all the 10mm bolts that go along with that assembly. We had all of that out of the car, and then we got to the point where we had the car jacked up basically as high as I was comfortable with jacking up the car, only having it for 3 days at that point. We had it pretty much up to here, pretty much over the fender line, and had it like all the way up on its side on that side because we didn't jack that side up because we didn't need to. But even being completely under the car, as high as I could get it without being uncomfortable with how high it was, the turbo is right here, but way down here. It's like in the upper 1/3 of the motor if you're coming from the bottom up. It's right over the CV boot, and laying on the ground was not a comfortable position for me to get to, so I ended up having to back out of it. I kept trying for over an hour, trying to get it back or get it put together because I really wanted to do it myself, but it just was not. I was not capable of doing it, unfortunately. So I ended up paying a shop out here to do it. So there is a cool place if you guys ever do get the chance. It's called Turnstile JDM and Euro. It is a very cool shop out here in Arizona. So if you guys ever get the chance to, check them out for sure. Bunch of cool dudes. They do have a YouTube channel. If I can find it before this video goes up, I will plug them as well because, like I said, they helped me out on my journey so far. Springs, I might have them do it. Not sure how comfortable I am doing the springs on this car, so I'll kind of take the car apart, see how I feel doing the springs. If not, then I'll try to ask them if I can film the video of them doing it so that you guys can at least get some content out of it. But yeah, that's basically where we stand. So once my buddy gets here with his FB, if he lets me film it, I'll film it for you guys, and then we'll get the GoPro set back up, and then we'll hit the second and third section of this canyon, and then we'll be on our way, guys. Alright guys, so I just got an update from my buddy that's coming with his FB. It's gonna be a little bit till he gets here because some lady told the cops that he was coming down here, so he's got to try to kind of keep it slow while he's coming out. So basically what I thought is, obviously you guys can tell it is starting to get a little bit darker outside, so I'm gonna go ahead and bomb the rest of this hill, and then I'll come back up here, talk with him for a little bit, and then we'll go run the canyon for a little bit longer, just me and him. And then basically when we're done, I'll leave the canyon, kind of get into a safer spot so I don't have to pull over again in here. And then I'll give you guys my honest review of what the car feels like. I'll keep filming throughout the whole time, but I just don't know how well the video is going to turn out, so I can't promise the content will stay. So I'm going to go ahead and bomb this, and then once we get back up here, then I'll kind of give you guys a rundown of where we're at and how I feel about the car, my honest opinions about the car, and then we'll wrap up the video, and you guys can be on your way to Beans' video. Alright guys, GoPro's all set up. Let's go ahead and start the car up. And I'm going to go ahead and put my seatbelt on so that we are still safe. And then change the driving ratio to track mode. Turn on my automatic rev matching. And then turn this cabin light off. And let's go ahead and hit the road, guys. He should be here by the time we get back. I'm just not sure yet. So let's just go on and proceed without him for now. One second guys, my phone ended up slipping away and it's wrapped around my shift boot right now, so let me go ahead and get that fixed before we keep sending it right now. Alright, so she is mounted back up, should be good. I just heard a coyote off to the side because obviously we are still in the desert. It is Arizona, but we're gonna go ahead and keep bombing this. Looks like the video quality is still pretty good, so I'll keep running it as long as I can until it does not look good any longer, but you guys can still see the road and stuff. You guys can see the twisties. Brakes are phenomenal. much. I'm trying to pay attention so I don't make any mistakes here that are crucial. So just doing my best to keep my eyes on the road, pay attention, focus up. Careful of cops out here. They do like to patrol this area, unfortunately. So if you guys see me slow down like that at any point, like drastically, that is why. I always observe extra carefully every single car that goes by and every single one of these little rest stop, pull over, parking lot areas, just to make sure that I'm not gonna get caught doing something I ain't supposed to be doing. Section here going down to the saloon. Probably won't be able to take pictures down here because it's a little too dark. We'll see how the lighting is down here. Sometimes they have the lights on, sometimes they have them dimmed down quite a bit, so we'll kind of see how it looks down here. Alright guys, as you can hear, my buddy's here now, and that thing is fucking loud. So I'm gonna let you guys hear it for a little bit because that rotary motor sounds fucking beautiful. So I'm gonna let you guys just listen to it for a little bit. It's a FB. God, it sounds so nuts. That's just idle. He's not even... races, boys. He's probably gonna lose me because he's a little more comfortable than I am, but yeah, he's a lot more comfortable than I am in his car. He's just sliding it. He's just sliding it. That's just idle, guys. Give him as much room as I can because he said there's air that builds up in his brakes, so he has to pump it a few times before every turn. So I don't want to get up on him and put pressure on him to brake later, so I'm trying to give him as much spacing as I can. That thing is fucking nuts though. Alright guys, we're starting our run back up to the lookout. Here we go. Crazy. I don't know if you guys saw that. If not, I'll zoom it in, but that thing just spit a big old flame. Everybody, as you can see, I finally made it home. I'm just letting the car cool off a little bit because, as you guys know, we were putting the pressure on her, so I'm just letting her cool off for a second, and then once it's cooled off, I'll give you guys my full review. Alright everybody, the car's cooled off. I shut her off now. As you guys can see, like I said, it's probably my favorite part about the car is the taillights. So to give you guys a full, my opinion, review of the car, handles great. Like, honestly, I have not felt a car from the factory that handles as good as this. Obviously, I've never driven high-end supercars and stuff, so for its price range, with its competitors being like the Type R and some other cars kind of similar to that, I think this is top of its class. Being 300 horsepower, handling as good as it does, being all-wheel drive, it kind of has the advantage, and that's not a biased opinion. Just because I own the car, it's not because of that. It's literally driving the car, seeing how it feels in those corners. I understeered crazily because I just didn't know what the full limits and capability of this car was. So I kind of handled gently. I kind of pushed her gently, but it had a lot more in her. So my full opinion, maybe the brakes, maybe a little bigger brakes, but they are fantastic. Just from the factory. Being bone stock, besides airflow stuff, this thing is phenomenal. Topped my expectations entirely. I did not expect this little 3-cylinder to handle and perform the way it does, but I hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys could comment down below what your favorite part of the video was, I would really appreciate it. If you guys could like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on the bell notification so you get notified when I post, and I'll see you guys in the next one with the GR. Peace, guys.